Hey everyone, this is the Effect DAO Call, May 15th, 2024. And we've seen a lot of commits on the GitHub, so I'll give it off to you all.
Yeah, I guess I'll start. So yeah, pretty exciting today. Last DAO call, we briefly talked about how we're gonna be expecting some releases in this DAO call, and I can say that we just released some very exciting new things. Specifically the SDK. We released it. We're currently doing soft release. So that means everything is released, but we still need a few yeah, a few days to iron out some small bugs before we really publicize it and really go on our socials with it. So for now, you guys in here and of course the dev team are the only ones that know that yeah, we actually released the SDK, the V2 today. So that's very exciting news. We've obviously been working very hard on it the last few months, and yeah, that's very exciting. You can actually, if you go to docs.effect.ai, I don't know if I can link it in the chat. Maybe that's cool for you guys to see as well. Uh, oh, doesn't make it a link. There we go. So you should see the new documentation up there. Of course, like I already said, it's a soft release, so take everything with a grain of salt. We're still doing a lot of maintenance on it. A lot of patches are gonna be happening in the next few days. But you can already go through it. It's basically for you guys to also yeah, see what we've been doing and see the direction we're going. And you can also, of course, yeah, maybe think about contributing if you see like some small typos or whatever. Feel free to jump in and help out. But yeah, basically um, that's it for the news on the SDK part. I don't know. Maybe Jesse wants to share a little bit about the Force front end and the worker part of it with Rochelle.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, amazing work. I really like the new docs as well. It's a new system that Jeff and David have been using now. I really like the look and feel, and it's very clean. So I think right now it contains mainly the documentation for using the SDK, but I think we had a discussion this morning, and we're probably going to migrate some more documentation there, as it's a very clean layout now. So probably when we look at the tutorials that are going to appear for the V2 soon, and even the Python SDK perhaps can all live under this documentation website. And this could potentially replace docs.effect.network. It's still online, but it's kind of like outdated. So we should probably pull that offline after this call. And also we have developer.effect.network, I think. Also, old documentation we can replace. So yeah, do take a look. I think the look and feel is good. Also, sneak peeks a bit of the new design that we're gonna start using for the effect applications, and perhaps also the website. And then on the worker front end, we're now at a point where we're like everything is working. We had some updates still to the smart contract system this week that have been tested now, and they seem to work well. So the kind of technical upgrades still that for example enable us to highlight the number of tasks left in a campaign really accurately. And we also this update had to do also with like when multiple workers work on the same campaign with many batches, that it works a bit more efficient. But we're at a point where we can start releasing the access to the pre-release soon. So the only thing left now is to fine tune the campaigns that will be there on release. It's something I'm doing now with Rochelle to fill in the campaign, all the campaign data, polish the instructions, and make sure there is enough data there. We're also adding a little automation layer on these campaigns, so there will be some fast feedback for people that complete tasks to get some validation on their work. And some campaigns might have multiple layers where data goes through several stages. So we're going to make sure that that all automatically flows through in a nice way. But on the platform side, yeah, those are the updates. Like we don't have anything to show right now on like unless I would share my screen, but I don't think that's easy for me to do. So but the platform looks quite fresh. I think it's going to get a few design updates, but it's in a stage now where it looks fresh. It's responsive, and we can start doing the pre-release any moment. So yeah, those are the updates from the dev platform side. Yeah, if anyone has questions or wants to contribute like to the discussion on the release of the pre-release of V2 or has some feedback on the docs website. Maybe all of you are just reading right now and looking at the docs.effect.ai.
Have you
I think it
been
looks quite slick.
publishing tasks already?
No, not yet. No, we haven't released this set. Like we've been publishing a lot of tasks on Jungle 4. But it still needs to we're going to deploy it this week to mainnet the smart contracts, and then those tasks will like we've been doing the tasks on Jungle 4 right now, so it's not on the mainnet as
Okay.
of now. But once it goes to mainnet, it will also be hooked up to the fee pool and everything. So then it becomes more transparent, and these tasks will actually be doable by workforce members then.
I think what's also interesting to mention is we've gutted the old EOS.js library, and we're using WorkKit that is developed by Greymass, the creators of the Anchor wallet. And yeah, they've made a really good piece of tooling, and it's very nice to use, and it's easier to use, and we should be able to integrate much better with current EOS functionalities and make it easier to be able to, for users to buy RAM or other resources in order to be able to do their tasks, and should also help us automate some of those things for the users going forward. We've also published it under a new domain at effect.ai/SDK, which is much nicer compared to what it was before. Yeah, really streamlined the whole process, and all of the APIs that are described within the documentation currently are all of the functions that developers would need to use in order to integrate Effect AI into their own products.
/SDK?
So /SDK, yes.
I get a 4 of 4.
Was it already published, Jeffrey?
404 what? Sorry?
If at Effect AI/SDK was already published on NPM.
Yeah, the NPM package is published, but it's not under that that URL that you
yeah.
mentioned.
So not yet.
I will link it here. One moment.
Yeah.
So as David mentioned, we changed the namespace of the repo, changing from Effect.js to just SDK. So it's under a new
Oh, I
location.
see. That's what. Oh, okay. I misinterpreted.
Yeah. So any old links that you might have had are currently dead. So we have to use the new new link basically.
I also want to change the repo name actually on GitHub from Effect.js to SDK, but yeah, I'm also a bit wary of like all of the dead links that will come from that.
Debate if that's the right way to go, because it's not just the SDK, of course. It's gonna contain maybe a little bit more in the future. So we're still thinking about what to name that one for now.
Yeah. So I also remember that part of the update would be developing a backend in order to help pay for user resources. Do we already have a pool set up for those kinds of transactions?
Yeah, good point of it. That's part of the. It is part of the V2 release. It's turning out a slightly bit more complicated than we first thought. So this backend will be developed at some point. Like we have some, we're still working on it, but for the pre-release, that's going to happen next week. Most likely, it will be instead of a backend that's based for resources, we will have. We're using this plugin from developed by WarkKit as well. That's automatically like doing power ups to your wallet. And for users that need it, we will provide them a little bit of EOS, so to cover basically the resource fees. And with this plugin that's embedded within the new Force front end, people will automatically be paying for their own resources. And that's in the meantime until we figure out exactly how to deploy, how to configure and make sure that this automatic resource buying works well. Specifically when it's about RAM, I think it's where we need to pay attention. But for now, the resources won't be a problem with this plugin, and it works pretty nice. So that backend is still on the roadmap. We are deploying a backend right now. It's probably going to be part of that same backend, but this one is going to have some other use cases. It's on GitHub under effect dash backend, I think. We're deploying it now, and it will do some things like checking if people are authorized to access the pre-release of the V2 and doing some extra authentication. So yeah, that's the update there.
Okay. Yeah, I really like the work that Grey Mouse is doing, and I've also seen that they recently created an account creator, which only costs $1 to be able to make an account. So I think we should also use that and make it clear to people that, yeah, they can easily create an account that way.
Yeah, I agree. I think onboarding is something, yeah, we really have to do well. We still have to take a good look at how we're gonna do it, especially also considering you know, the a potential migration or bridge to Solana and Solana in the future. Yeah, we have to handle onboarding. Still, we have to tackle it.
So would you say that currently it's kind of like pre-release, right?
Yeah, the pre-release is going to open like next week. It's basically a release for the people that pre-registered, so they can start working on tasks.
Okay.
It's yeah, the pre-release mainly meaning that it's like not open for all, but only for the people that pre-registered. I think the main thing we need to cover after the pre-release is that we're going to have a really solid human qualifier and like onboarding process to make sure we get proper people on board, especially now AI is getting better and better. We need to make sure that the quality done on the force is going to be really good. It's a bit of a struggle. Me and Rochelle have had many discussions about it, but for now we're just doing the manuals. Like the pre-release will have manual screen people there, so we're sure that the quality coming out is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, quality control is becoming a really big issue. So then the pre-release is the workers are doing work, and then Ahmed had this question: uh, what are your goals? Like, what are you gonna work on now? Uh, after that, I guess.
We have some exciting partnerships coming up and campaign ideas coming up, but I'm not sure if yeah, if now is already the time to start teasing that, but I just did it. So, but Jesse, maybe you can go into a little bit more detail about that.
Yeah, of course, sir. Yeah, looking for the speak button. Yeah, so we're. I mean, feed two isn't finished after the pre-release, so we have quite a bit of work to do. Solana migration or partial Solana migration is an important one. And also the on the DAO side, there's quite a bit of things to develop, but the main focus will be to get the feed two completely running. I think we need to have some work done on, for example, the transparency, like being able to see network activity, the data sets being created, integrating those data sets with machine learning tools and machine learning platforms, or even like being able to easily put them into Hugging Face or different places. I think is going to be very important. Also, working on partnerships with other ecosystems on the Solana side, as well as within other places, maybe like yeah, the bigger AI projects out there in the Web3 space, I think would be very interesting for us to integrate with. So there's like a lot to do after that. I think most importantly is that we create a really good like roadmap slash sort of priority list of the things we're developing. As there's also other like there's a lot of potential projects that we're gonna pick up. There is a native app that's already quite far in progress that can offer things like notifications and a mobile working experience. But yeah, there's a lot coming up. But the priority will be that the mainly the task throughput on the V2 is going to increase. I think if we have a proper dashboard where you can see metrics and key performance indicators of the platform, like tasks done, fees collected, and it will of course be a goal to get these higher and higher month by month, and get more growth in users and data sets.
Yeah, I'm excited to have workers working again. Will I need to update my task alert tool, or are you going to launch like an official version of it?
Yes, we need to update it. Like I think we'll have an official version of that pretty at some point. Like I don't know if we're like in Discord. It's always nice to have the bot. So I think we need to update it. Perhaps we can do a pull request or help you out, DJ, and setting it up for the new smart contracts as soon as they're deployed. Because that the Discord tool is nice in any case. When we have a dashboard or mobile notifications, I think the Discord bot is still very useful for a lot of people.
All right, yeah, I'll start taking a look. It's been a long time though since I worked on it. I need to refresh my memory.
It's been performing very steadily though for a long time. So nice job. It's been very performing.
Let's see. So any other topics should we cover before we jump into the DAO stuff?
No, I think from our side we can go into the DAO proposals and topics.
All right. So just the minor one that just passed is I just extended P150 and P155, which were just the fundraising proposals. So like when EFX price is at the point where it can satisfy the proposal, I can execute it. There's no time limit anymore. So, and then I have a few active. One is my DeFi box, just extending their special mining. So it ends July 20th, and this will add another 3 months to that. Then I have a well, yeah, like you just posted this on Twitter. The PNT EFX liquidity pool has been set up, and so that's pretty good. That since P Network is like one half of the bridge for the Solana plans. Um, So it'll be good to have that available. And so I just have a small test transaction to send 1,000 EFX across the P network bridge through an ATP to see if that works or not. Put like with something in the memo. And then finally is a discussion that I had like in the DAO Telegram. Because I'm a community admin, occasionally I get these listing proposals, and as Rochelle mentioned before, a lot of them are scams, but some of them are verified people from like the exchange website, and like I decided to just talk to them and see what they're suggesting. And so like that's why I posted that MEXC thread about their offer. But it seems like through my discussions with the rest of the community, I think the main goal is everyone is looking forward to the settling on a Solana DEX, the EFX, the new Solana token, the new EFX Solana token, and that it should be the priority before any centralized exchange. So, but I created a proposal to just kind of codify as me like being the guy they can go to make an offer to the DAO, and I just would relay it and make it all publicly available, so the DAO could vote on it if any exchange wants to put EFX on their platform, and like what deal they offer for that.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Good. I think a good direction for the MEXC proposal as an example to look at. But I also support the sentiment of making the Solana DEX pools first, and get those going. I think yeah, from there on it will be easier for us to judge and also have more liquidity quicker if we do it that way. And then yeah, nice. The three proposals, I'll definitely take a closer look. One of them had an ATP, right, DJ? Or two of them have an ATP.
Yeah, one is an ATP
Cool.
for the candy.defi. That's the DeFi box address for when we do the liquidity pool rewards. And then the other, I'm trying to send from the DAO to that that Binance Smart Chain address you gave me that has all the liquidity pools. I'm trying to send EFX to there, so then if we want to, when the P Network DAO wants to supplement the liquidity pool, they can just send it there, and Effect DAO can send it there, and then all you need to do is add it.
Awesome. I see. Yeah. So it's a transaction. It's a DAO transaction that's gonna go through the bridge. That's pretty cool. We haven't done that yet, but it should work. I think it will work.
Yeah, I think
And
so
the transaction
too.
looks good.
Though it may need the DAO proposal may need a power up before it does it.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed. So it should probably do a power up before, but that's that's okay. I wonder how it works with the bridge fees. If it's gonna be subtracted, I guess, from automatically, right? Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, it's just a
So
percentage fee, I think.
yeah, yeah, very cool. I think it will work. Good thing to test this right now.
And earlier you were talking about the V2. So, and Jeffrey was talking about this too. Is the Solana bridge gonna happen as V2 is developed, or when you definitively think it's finished?
I think we're like nearly ready to do the Solana bridge. We just want to have the pre-release of V2 out there and have some people working as that's kind of how we had it like promised and how we discussed it before. Just priority wise. So we really want to have people working on V2. Like we got it pre-release, but basically on the first batch of users that are actively doing tasks on the platform.
But we don't want there
So
to be
once that's
big
ready, I think
breaking
we're
bugs.
just gonna release the bridge shortly after. We'll disclose
Got it.
better timelines when we're there, but that will happen after that. So we're not gonna wait till like much longer once V2 is running.
Right. Yeah, definitely. it's important there's no big bug that unanticipated. So yeah, it's good to have it testing
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, exactly. So as Jesse mentioned, we wanna, enter the Solana ecosystem with something to show, right? Not with just promises and predictions. We actually wanna have like a V2 running, up and running, and then enter the Solana ecosystem with a huge bang. So basically that was the way we envisioned it. Behind the scenes where we are of course working on the Solana stuff already. Yeah, it's a lot of work. But like Jesse said, we'll be able to give some more detailed time estimations once the V2 is released and working.
You mean the pre-release?
Yeah, the pre-release or the release, it's yeah, depends on which label you put on it, but once it's operational basically, and there's workers on the website doing
Okay.
tasks. That's yeah.
And then this
Yeah, maybe
registration.
I caused some confusion with coining the term pre-release here, but just for like that's considered just a release in terms of the V2, because it's gonna be for a select group of workers. I think like 35 will be in the first batch, and then that will grow quickly over time. But that's the pre-release. After that, we will start like plotting in the Solana bridge.
Are you gonna try to structure it like you're doing it with Nosana, where you had like 100 GPUs and then you went to 1,000, so you go like 35 workers to like 350 or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. In a more managed way. Um, yeah, mainly because we're especially with something like effect. If anyone can join, it's just so accessible that we've always kind of suffered with the number of people that onboard and don't really take the effort to put in microtasking work. So you get like a lot of influx with very bad quality outputs. So we just want to be very wary of that quality control that just takes a manual labor in the beginning to ensure that the platform works well.
Yeah, absolutely. Is pre-registration still active? Are people able to get in the last minute?
I think so. Rochelle, can you give a quick update there?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, the registration page to get in on early access for V2 is still active and open. I'm going to be tweeting about that some more over the next 2 weeks, just to get some more numbers up. We've got a good amount, but it's not yet my secret target. But we're getting close. So I think with some more pushes over the next week and a half, I think I should get enough people that I want. So it's not too late for anyone to register. But I'll be posting that link again in our Discord and Telegram, and then of course through Twitter a bunch more times. I will say though, I'm happy that the signups that have happened, it's not a bunch of spam. So for once I have a form link that didn't give me tons of spam. I'm happy.
Nice. Yeah, that's good news.
And you said that the pre-release, which is workers doing tasks, that'll start in a week, is your estimate?
We're aiming for next week. Yeah, the
So I
estimate is
should
next
say
week.
like within 2 weeks, or
Yeah.
okay, because I want to give you guys padding.
Yes, thanks. But that sounds accurate. Yeah, if you say within 2 weeks, that's good.
All right. I think make it a month. Alan says. I mean, I could say within a month.
Well, there is a holiday this weekend, so.
Oh yeah, there's a holiday. Oh yeah, we'll make it a month then. Okay. So anything else to cover? I think the update's looking great. I'm very excited to see workers doing tasks. That's something that's not been happening for a while, so I'm happy to finally see it happening again.
Both. I live for that, so yeah, I can't wait.
One other quick update on the proposal for the NFX EFX pool. Like I'm still waiting for all the tokens to come in, but I will set up this pool soon as I have it. I'm expecting it any day, so hopefully this week still I can have a little update because that proposal passed maybe a few weeks back. So we should be having that. If I remember correctly, EFX NFX pool pretty soon.
Sounds good. Oh, something did spring to my mind. Um, uh, so on Solana, for the Binance Smart Chain liquidity pool, EFX BNB, the DAO gets to choose what is done with the rewards, right? Will that be also the case for the Solana liquidity pool?
Let me think. So the Solana liquidity pool that the foundation will probably put in place. The rewards on that one, you mean, right?
Well, the fees. Yeah, so I guess technically rewards.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
The fees, the fees that come into the LPs.
or is that something you don't know just yet?
I don't know just yet. I'll have to. I can check up on this. What happens with the foundations LP fees they collect? I remember we did this when we distributed the pancake swap once, right?
Yeah, with Pancake Swap, there's something like that set up. But I was wondering if it'll be the case for the Solana as well.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this, so I will check up on it. It's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I would assume that I think that wouldn't go to the DAO, but maybe we can request it. I'll get back on this. I'm gonna check on it.
Yeah, it's just part of the with the listing. They always like with the MXC, they wanted like 70,000 total and 30 USD specifically, and so 40,000 of that would go to them. So I was just thinking of ways to fundraise, and the fees could be one way to help fundraise for things like that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the DAO needs some USDT or similar reserves inflow. So that could be a nice one. I'm gonna check on this. All right. I think that's all from my side, and we covered the proposals as well. So if there's any other topics, then we have a little bit of time left.
Uh, I think that covers everything. Trying to think of something else. Yeah, let's cut it then. End the recording, or rather, I think that's it. So I guess we can all look forward to the next DAO call.
Yes, thanks everyone. Looking forward to the next one.
Bye.
Good one.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Ciao. Have a good one.
Bye.